Hi, welcome back. Today I show you how to draw the wings of a bee with pastel pencils. We have drawn this beautiful little bee in a happy drawing hour. This is a live drawing session in my online drawing school, my membership Animal Art Club, together with all other members. I show you here how to draw these transparent wings with pastel pencils, so enjoy watching. Wait a second before we dive in. I invite you to join my free 3 days online drawing workshop, September 2nd to 4th. I show you how to draw a beautiful leopard eye and black and white fur with pastel pencils. You get feedback, support, tips and tricks. You can win prizes. It's a community feeling, so you can sign up and participate via the link below in the description. And now let's dive into drawing wings. Then let's draw the wings. And then we will draw also the background and the blossom. So these wings, they are very transparent. This greenish background color is shining through a bit. So I would do here first. I have chosen here these 172, this earth green. I would do first the underpainting on the wings with a little bit of ivory first, and then mix in the green a bit, so that we fill out the wings with ivory, with 103 ivory, that you plot in that as an underpainting. And then we bring in also grays, a bit green. We will draw the background then also with ivory and with earth green, with the same colors like we use here now in the wings. Let's bring that in here a bit. These upper parts are then more grayish, but we always can darken them down. So I would do, before we draw these black net of veins in the wings, or these black lines, I would do the underpainting with the ivory first and mix in a little bit of 172, the earth green, this bluish green. Mix the two colors. Move the pencil a bit in circles while you're blotting in here on the earth green. And then take the paper stamp and blend it. I have now a little bit of the yellowish pastel pigment on my paper stamp. But in that case, I just use it here on the upper part, because I also want to go over then here with other colors, with the gray. And if that looks a little bit more yellowish, that also does not disturb here in that case. So just blend over. You always for sure can also sharpen or clean your paper stamp before you're going in. Blend the layers here together. And then let's also use the gray, 233. It's a cold gray, a middle cold gray, the cold gray 4. And plot that a little bit in this upper area of the wing here. Also draw these little bows here a bit. Plot in a little bit of the gray here. Also so downwards on the upper part a bit. And let's also use that here on that lower wing. Plot in a thin layer of the gray. Move the pencil here forwards and backwards with a little pressure. Just add a very thin transparent layer, maybe also here a little bit gray on the lower part of that wing behind. Mix in the gray. Okay, and then let's bring that black fine net structure in. So let's sharpen the black. Here we also need a sharp black with a sharp point. Okay, and let's start here on the upper part. So we have here a little bit of a broader black stripe, I would say. Here it's also good when you have a good look to your reference photo and just try to draw the lines that we see there. So let's say here is one going to the left. Then we have here this midline going up. And this is also then going to the left downwards. Draw these black lines with very little pressure. If they have not exactly the same shape, it also does not matter, but use the reference photo for orientation and try to draw these lines as you see them. Here on the upper part, it's a bit darker. Here we can swipe over with the black carefully upwards and downwards, but don't make here the contrast too high, just a little bit. This here below can be darker. Here you can go over upwards and downwards with the pencil more often. I also add one fine thin line here in the middle. And then if you have a look to the reference photo, this wing is a bit darker on the lower part. So let's add here a bit of a broader black line. Move the pencil forwards and backwards over the same place. That is working better on the pastel mat than if you press too much. And then reduce the pressure here upwards and try to create a thinner black line with little pressure. Then let's have a look where these lines are going. Here is one that is then going downwards to the left. And then we have here another, so a bow, and let's bring in here such another line upwards to the left. Here is one middle line, and then here is such a stain in the middle. I try to observe and figure out what shapes do you see here and draw them, or where are the lines going. Let's bring in here a middle line and here another line, just to bring in a little bit of that net, I call it net or veins in the wings. Okay. Yes, and do that with a little pressure. Maybe add here a little black stroke in the middle. But if it does not look exactly the same as on the reference photo, this is also not a huge problem. And then I would say take a little bit of 187 and color that low wing here a bit orangey at the bottom. And also so here in the middle, where that wing ends, that we have here a bit of a contrast in. Use a bit of the orange color. And let's also take a bit 109, the dark chrome yellow, And also swipe over the lower part here a little bit with the dark chrome yellow and color it here a bit yellowish, always with a very light hand, very little pressure. We can also go over here on this upper wing a bit and plot in a little bit of the yellow color here. Or swipe over the wings very carefully with the yellow and color it a little bit yellowish here above. But this really should be very transparent. You can also use the yellow for blending the black strokes a little bit and remove a little bit of the grit by swiping over very carefully here over the wings. Here we could also let some hairs grow out of the part where the wing starts. Add here a yellow line. And what we also must draw are these brilliant light reflections that we see on the wings. Take here a white, 101 white, and you see at this edge here above is a light reflection, and also here between the two wings. Also here above is, when we have a look here, is a light reflection, for example. Just add below and between the black lines. Sometimes here these white lines or little dots here and there. On the lower wing here, this part is really brilliant. Let's brighten that up. You see really a bit more pressure to create a brilliant white. And then we could also add here a bit of a highlight between those black stripes. And here below. And here in the inner part of that area, just add some little highlights on the wings. You could also swipe over the wing a bit with the white and brighten up this transparent wing skin if you need, that this is a little bit brighter. Okay, so I hope this was helpful for you. It was an insight into one of my drawing lessons. If you have enjoyed it and you would like to improve your drawing skills, then take part in my upcoming free workshop. You can sign up in the link below. It's a community feeling. I help you. You get support, feedback. You will get to know each other. You will meet like-minded people. It's really a huge community. It's not only following drawing lessons. It's a beautiful art experience. You can sign up in the link below in the description. I hope I see you there. We are very excited. And if not, then I hope I see you in the next video.